The new 2023 Corolla GR is coming out soon, and this thing has set the enthusiast world on fire. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Backyard Motorsport, where we love all things with 2 and 4 wheels. And today we're going to be talking about and comparing the Corolla GR with the Civic Type R. Now, the first thing I want to talk about with the Corolla GR is the drivetrain. It's not just all-wheel drive. This actually has selectable modes that you can control how much power is going to the front and rear wheels. Now, without having to click through a bunch of menus and select a bunch of different options, you simply have a dial. Now, this dial allows you to select 3 different modes, one being 60-40, which is 60% power to the front, 40 to the rear, or 30-70, which is 30% power to the front, 70% power to the rear, and a track mode that uses 50-50, so equal power to all wheels. Now, I'm gonna come back to the 30-70 because I want to talk about that a little bit later. So if you made it this far in the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. The Civic Type R is still going to be front-wheel drive as far as we know, and will likely have a lot of similar specs from the previous models, so we're going to focus mainly on the GR for now. So the Corolla GR has 300 horsepower and 2 different specs for their torque, depending on whether you get the Morizo model or the regular circuit or base model. The Morizo edition is going to have 295 pounds of torque. The circuit and base model are going to have 273 pounds of torque. They achieve this just by upping the boost. So what's up with this engine? It's the same 3-cylinder turbo engine found in the GR Yaris that you can't get in the United States, unfortunately, because we just don't buy 2-doors here. Toyota has made some changes to the intake and raised the boost on the 3-cylinder engine from the Yaris to the Corolla. Both the Civic and the Corolla are gonna have 2-piece rotors for braking. Both only come in a 6-speed manual transmission. Now, with the Corolla, there are some differences with the trims. You have the base model Corolla GR, you have the circuit, and you have the Morizo edition. The base model and the circuit are both going to give you the same 3-cylinder engine with the same amount of horsepower, same boost. However, the circuit is going to give you a carbon fiber roof and limited slip differential in the front and rear. Now, with the Morizo edition, some interesting changes occur. The torque once again goes from 273 to 295, and the rear seat is removed. But not only that, you get a different, closer gear ratio transmission. And this is one thing I actually don't like about the Morizo. It frustrates me that only the limited edition Morizo Corolla gets the close gear ratio transmission, because only 200 are going to be made this year. Now, what if I want the transmission, but I also want a back seat? You can't get that with the Corolla. Now, that doesn't mean that Toyota isn't going to be making more of these in the future, and I hope that's the case, because if you're not already in line for one of the 200, you're probably not going to get one. One thing I do like about the Type R compared to this is the trim levels are not very different, at least they weren't with the last model. You're gonna get the same engine, the same transmission. It's also limited slip differential. So if you get a Type R, performance-wise, you shouldn't notice a huge difference between the regular base model and the special edition. Again, I don't technically know the specs on the new Type R because they haven't released them yet as the time of this recording, but it's probably going to be a similar spec, 320 horsepower, 295 pounds of torque engine. They may raise the boost on it or make some tweaks to the engine to give it more power. Knowing that, it comes as no surprise that the front-wheel drive Civic Type R is not as fast in the 0 to 60 as the Corolla. The last model Type R came in at 5.8 seconds, and Toyota is claiming less than 5 seconds, so probably somewhere between 4.8 and 4.9, but there's no official 0 to 60. I'm sure it's going to be somewhere around there, and it's not surprising given the fact that this is a all-wheel drive car. It's going to take off faster than the front-wheel drive car. I think both of these cars look really good. The Corolla, however, takes it another level where all the vents on the car are usable. None of them are fake. All the vents on the sides are actually used to cool the brakes down. The hood vents actually exhaust some of the heat from the engine. Now, there was a lot of fake vents on the previous Type R model. I can't really confirm that on the new Type R model given that it isn't out yet, but I do appreciate the change in looks on the new Type R. Not that I didn't like the previous Type R, but seeing a car develop and almost mature in a way, the car looks a little more refined and grown up now. And I think the Corolla GR is going to have its work cut out for it, given that the Type R cleared the Nürburgring in 7 minutes, 43.8 seconds. And just to give you some perspective, the new Supra came in at 7 minutes 52.2 seconds around the Nürburgring, so not quite as fast as the Type R. Not saying that the GR Corolla might not be just as capable as the Type R, given that their weight is almost identical, coming in at 3,100 pounds to 3,200 pounds. Definitely on that lower side if you get the Morizo edition, but it will be quite a feat for the Corolla to be faster than the Type R around the track. So which one should you buy? I think the GR Corolla sounds like it might be more fun on daily commutes, given the fact that you can transfer the power 70% to the rear and 30 to the front, and you can actually get this thing to kick around a little bit. And if you are someone who likes to go to the mountains, you like to go snowboarding, the all-wheel drive system is gonna come in handy. So given the fact that the Type R is definitely proven itself around the track, I think the Corolla GR still may be a more fun car to drive on a daily basis. Now obviously these cars are pretty similar in a lot of ways, but I can actually see the all-wheel drive being super useful for an all-around everyday car. Having said that, the Type R does have more trunk space, does have more legroom in the rear seats, which is impressive given the fact that the new Type R weighs around the same as the Corolla GR. Well guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. I did my best not to be biased in this comparison, given the fact that obviously I'm a huge Honda fan if you follow this channel for any length of time. I think the Corolla GR is super exciting, and I would like to make another video on Toyota's whole lineup right now because I feel like they're really invested in the sports car segment in ways that Honda is even lagging behind.